Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
Hey everyone, Sue here from 1A Auto, and today we have a 2011 Ford Fiesta in the shop, and I'm going to show you how to remove and replace the cooling fan motor shroud. If you need this part or any other part for your car, click on the link below and head on over to 1AAuto.com. We're going to remove the air box itself, so I'm going to take off the mass airflow sensor connector, lift that safety tab and push down there and release it. I'm going to take this hose off the vent to the throttle body. And now I'm going to take a flathead screwdriver and I'm going to reach down here and I'm going to take that clamp off the throttle body. There we go. I'm going to take the hose off, grab the housing itself, and see the rubber bushing right here? There's some below that are just like it. I'm going to end up taking the lid off because the housing it's just rubber bushings, but it's kind of rusted in there. So these are a Torx bit head and they're 20, T20. If they're rusted and worn out, like one of them is, I'm going to use the T25. And this one right here is rusted out. So I'm going to force a T25 in there. There's 4 mounting screws to take this lid off. And this is a T25 because it's worn out. I could just lift that right up and put that aside. I'll take the air filter out. So now that the lid is off, the air box cover, you can see there's a rubber bushing here and a rubber bushing there, and then this one right here. So you're going to grab the firm hand and pull it right out of that rubber bushing. Everything's plastic, so you don't want to break it. There you go. There we go. It's probably been a long time since it's been out. So I'm going to take this piece off right now. Now you've got this vent hose. Once we get this up, we can just see how it's a twist to release. Pinch these pieces and pull it right off. So now the air box is out of the way. I'm going to take this vent hose, make sure I don't break it because it is plastic. Put that over there, out of the way. Now we can see that we have a sensor right here mounted, and it's just a little pinch and pull. Seems to be the vent for the transmission. I'm going to make sure that is out of the way. Don't forget to put that back on. Now I'm going to take the electrical harness that goes to the fan, and I'm going to pop it out of the plastic ears that hold the harness onto the shroud. So with a body style tool, I'm just going to reach in there and pull these clips off. Now we can see there's one more right here. Then one right here. Okay. Now I can feel the connector for the fan. You can see it right there. Pull back on this tab and pull out on the plug. So now the electrical plug is up and out of the way. And remove it from follow the release cable for the hood. Up from there, and the same with that harness. Get those out of the way. Now I'm going to get a bucket, place it underneath here. I'm going to raise the vehicle up first and drain the radiator because I'm going to have to remove the upper radiator hose, and I don't want coolant to go everywhere. So on this particular model style vehicle, there is no drain plug or petcock for the radiator, so we're just going to take the lower hose off and hope for the best. I'm not into taking coolant baths, but I think I'm going to probably take the clamp off, make sure this moves, which it moves real easy. And I'm now gonna lower it down enough so I can reach underneath and just pull that hose off and into the bucket so I don't get showered on. Now from up above, I can just reach down, grab that hose, and let it drain into the bucket. Now with that coolant draining, I can remove the upper radiator hose, get some pliers, squeeze that clamp back. I'll just wiggle that hose off. And I like to bend it up out of the way. So now all you do is you grab these two tabs that are right here, and you lift these up, push the shroud out. Maybe I can do one side at a time. Then lift this side up. Pull it out from the bottom tabs. You're gonna have to probably do a little rotation, or actually, it comes right out from the below. There you go. Bring it, let it come down below. Comes right out. Here we have our brand new radiator shroud with this cooling fan from 1A Auto, and here is the factory one that we just took out of our 2011 Ford Focus. You can see they're the same size. They have identical markings for mounting. Same connector, location, and tab. Balanced fan. Balanced is the tabs right here, these metal tabs. The factory has run it, checked it, and balanced it for vibration. If you need this part or any other part for your car, click on the link below and head on over to 1aauto.com. So let's take the new shroud, and we went from the bottom up, so let's do it again. So we're gonna take the shroud and put it up at the angle this way, straighten it out. And from here, we can actually see the tabs down below now. And I'm gonna slide it right into the spot. And with the wiring harness right here, it's easier to get to. I'm gonna click it right in, line the tabs up, snap it in, put the harness in the spots. So now the tabs are lined up, and you just line them up and click it right in. And that's it. Reconnect your harness all the way up with the body tabs on the wiring loom. Make sure you put it back into this little safety hook. Now we can put our grill tabs back in. There's 4 of them straight across. Put the center push-ins. Now I'm going to put the air box back in, but first I'm going to spray the rubber bushings, give them a little help with the slipperiness of them, make sure they slide back in smoother. And bring that right down in there. Now we can line that up. The bushings from down below, that one's lined up. Give it a push down. Snap the air inlet hose connector. So now I'm going to put the transmission vent back on the little tab right here. It pushes down. We can put the vent back in the airbox tube. Now I'm going to put the upper radiator hose on. Line that clamp up. It's a release style. I gotta release it from the, here we go. Okay, everything's in place. Snap this down, looks like it popped out. Now I can put the air filter back in and the air box cover. Make sure it's seated all the way down. Line up the mounting screws. I'm going to reconnect the mass airflow sensor and then push that red tab down on. Put that vent hose back on. Flat blade screwdriver. And I'm going to tighten clamp on the throttle body end. Make sure that hose is all the way down. The car will not run if there is a vacuum leak on the air hose. Make sure it's tight. Now with your T20, you can tighten down the airbox bolts. Last one, it's going to be a T25 because it's worn out. Make sure that's tight. You want no water to get in there. Now we're ready to add coolant. Now we're going to add our coolant. And you go only through the overflow tank because this doesn't have a radiator cap. This is it. It's where the pressure builds up. So as you fill the overflow, or the actual radiator fill, you're going to take your vent cap and you're going to take the cap completely off. It's at the highest point, so the coolant will go down and push the air out. You can actually feel the air come out. Do that so you'll see coolant come out of here. There you go. You can hear air. Let's see if we get. So now I have a catch bucket underneath there, and I'm going to open this until all the air bubbles stop. I think that might be it. Okay, let's start her up, and we'll keep an eye on the temp gauge and make sure the fans come on. So now with the car running, I'm going to let it run for 45 minutes to 50 minutes until the coolant fan comes on. And then make sure I shut it off, let it cool down, and top the fluid off to the proper level.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at 1AAuto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.